Hello everybody, welcome back to well, actually, okay, Jesus Christ. Starting the stream works a lot better if I don't fat finger all of the buttons at the same time. Welcome back to some Transport Fever 2, which is going to be, if you weren't here for the last stream where we started this affair, this is going to be my nice, chill, city builder stream that we do to kind of, well, I say city builder. It's not really the right choice for it. I don't really know how to describe this name. Transport builder? I don't know. Anyway, it's going to replace City Skylines 2, which wasn't quite tickling my pickle. Squag. Yeah, last time out we had the squag train, didn't we? Beans. Right, let me get my headset on so I can hear what the fuck. So yeah, basically we have a absolutely fucking humongous map for us to deal with here in Transport Fever 2, but right now it's only, I actually thought it was 1851, but it's the tail end of 1850, so I'm running the game on quite a low speed, because the game just moves unreasonably fast, if you have it at like the base game speeds. So there's about 600 mods in play here, so yeah. So basically, starting off our little network here, we have what chat pretty much demanded that I referred to as Port Bumley, which comes from misinterpretation of Burnley on a different map that I was doing to get things ready for stream. So we of course had to include that here. So everything kind of is going to connect to Port Bumley over here. Bumley. Everything is eventually going to connect to Port Bumley over here on this island, and this Bumley, my beloved. So Port Bumley is basically going to be something of a cargo terminal, and the one on the I guess I could almost refer to this as the mainland. The one on the mainland is basically going to be right across the water for it, so it's going to be a very, very short ferry ride, but that's to save us from having to spend millions on a massive bridge. As boats become more expensive, maybe that might be something we deal with in the future, but for just now I think I'm quite happy with the way it is. So yeah, so we have Port Bumley. Oh Jesus Christ, that was a horrible noise. Let's turn you down a little bit. So Port Bumley is a combined passenger and freight station. So we can see we've got some cargo trains coming in and doing cargo train stuff. And then oh Jesus Christ. Hey Badger, how's it going? How's it going? Oh, you just as you come, of course you come in just as we're talking about Port Bumley. Bumley! Yep. Yeah, so from Port Bumley, so basically what I spent some time doing after stream last time was improving the railway fencing so that everything just looks the part. So the train cuts through the forest a ways. Here's the passenger train beelining into Port Bumley. So yeah, we cut through the forest here, and then we end up in the in this little kind of segmented off railway area here. So some nice wide open spaces here. We got some signal boxes and whatnot here. So we got the Bumley Forest, which actually needs to be renamed. You need to be the Bumley Forest. Bumley Forest. Bumley Forestry. Freight. Oh, okay. Don't know what happened there.
Squeg squeegg
Oh no.
squeg squeegg squeg
This is all I
squeegg
see.
squeg
Oh, never mind. It doesn't even come up.
squeegg squeg squeegg
All I see is a wall of
squeg
squegs right now.
squeegg squeg squeegg squeg squeegg squeg squeegg.
Oh Jesus Christ. Beans, thank you for the 53-month resub. Jesus Christ. Squag. Squags. I can see I'm gonna get tortured by squags again. Fine. Bumley Forest, I combined those two words there, Borest, has now been appropriately renamed. And then it comes over here to the sawmill works. And then we come over here. So this is basically what I've been spending my time doing while we were off air last time. So we can see we've got some good looking signals, some good looking fencing around the area. I even added some random people. So this is kind of representing the gatekeeper, who would kind of work in and out of this house and close down the gates whenever a train was coming by. It then cuts through another little forest here, which this would be the Sandwich Forest if there was a forestry works here, and we come into Sandwich proper. The Bumley delicacy, a Scotch squag. I like that actually, a Scotch squag. So we have a little mini train yard here. So we've got some spare locomotives and some spare guard vans around about Sandwich. So Sandwich has a little bit of a freight depot on the go, which is getting in some grain. And the grain is picked up from Sandwich and taken elsewhere. Continuing east along the main line, so I could do to maybe polish up. So these houses got unexpectedly close, and it ended up really fucking up the fence there. So I need to polish off this and redo this at some point, but I'm not sure. I'm not actually sure if I'm gonna end up having enough space to do it. I'll need to ponder what I do. Anyway, we come past Sandwich Industrial Yard again. We've got this like hilltop retained wall kind of area. We've got another level crossing here, which until the Sandwichinians continue this road upwards, there's nothing. This road doesn't really lead to anything, so nothing is going to be built there. And we will leave the town. We come out and then we go from city fencing to countryside fencing. And you can see this is the Sandwich farm where these guys are picking up their grain from. So trains are cutting backwards and forward. It's now quite a long journey over to the next place, which is, I've forgotten its fucking name, Featherston. Get down to Bumley Greg's. Get me an industrial sandwich. A sandwich farm? Yeah, a sandwich farm. I mean, it makes grain, which gets turned into bread. So, I guess technically, yeah, it's a sandwich farm. Technically, harvest the sandwiches. Would a square chicken lay a square egg? A chick-cube squag. God, that entire sentence is cursed, Beans. Jesus Christ. So coming over to Featherston, we have another train station, which is very similar to Sandwich train station, featuring a little bit of a pond. And then it carries off next to the bakery. Yeah. Cool. So today's objective, so basically we've got all the industries. So if we refer to this as the East Island, although no doubt I'm going to get a petition very, very soon to call it Bumley Island. But if we refer to this as the East Island, then we're connecting most of the industries to Port Bumley, which is going to be our main egress of stuff. Bumley Island, do it. Yeah, okay. I had a feeling that was coming. I wish I could like name certain landmarks, but yeah. Would this make this Bumley Hill or Bumley Crag or Bumley Crag? So our goal today, Bumley Crag, Well, it's a double mountain range with a bit of a gap in the middle, so could be the Bumley Crack. Bumley Crack. Ah, jeez. So yeah, this is all I'm seeing is Bumley. There's gonna be a lot of bums this stream, isn't there? So yeah, our goal today is to bring this little train line here, up. Now this is quite a tight valley, so I'm going to need to bring it up, probably hugging pretty much the road, and then from the farm, we're going to have to take it through the forests, probably going to be a bit of a dog shit, slow, windy loop, and we're going to end up here at Bacup, where this route is basically going to terminate because there is industries on this part of the island, but there is no way for me to fucking get to them. Ludlow Waste Management Facility is closing. So the caveat to running the game slower than normal is that I make more money per year. I don't unlock new vehicles particularly fast, but my maintenance goes up. So even though it's only been a year, we can see that the shit that's running through Sandwich Farm is not currently in very good condition. And the problem with condition, so condition doesn't affect its speed, and it doesn't affect its what's it called? Words and things and words. It doesn't affect its speed, it doesn't affect its capacity, it doesn't affect its reliability. What it does affect is its emissions. So basically what we're saying is that the horses are farting extra loud. So because this route actually cuts through a town, all of this is getting worse emissions than normal. So we could probably do to replace that, especially while we have the $100 bill. So let's do that one. Let's manage all of the vehicles on this. And we are going to replace these for some more horse-drawn carriages. And we're going to up the running costs, because we have the money for the running costs, but I want to hold on to these as much as possible. As a general rule of thumb, the more expensive a vehicle is to purchase, the longer it's going to last you. I need to do something with this steel mill at some point, but yeah, I don't. Actually, this steel mill is going to be more useful than this steel mill, because this is a base game steel mill, so it takes in coal and iron ore to make steel. This is a advanced steel mill, so it takes in the same thing, but it produces slag, and slag, you know, isn't what you might call somebody who's mouthing off to you. We can actually use this in to make bricks. Yeah, here we go. Here's an advanced brick factory. So I can either use marble and stone to make bricks, or I can make sand to make concrete bricks, or I can actually use slag to make bricks. So this one is more useful for us, but right now we don't really have anything that I can really connect to this, so it's kind of a moot point. The Bumley cheeks rise either side of the Bumley crack. You gather up Bumley slags. Well, at the moment we're not producing any Bumley slags, but in theory, yes, eventually. So, what we'll need to do... So I don't think trains coming past here are going to be able to go particularly fucking fast. Yeah, okay, this is kind of gonna be a smidgen of an issue. Okay, so what I want to do, let's do... beans. So there's too much slope here. Fine, I know where I want this to be. So this is gonna have to come over here. So this is gonna get quite expensive, I reckon, because we're gonna be doing a lot of cuttings into the ground. I think if I try and make this follow the road, we're going to get like a too much curvature error. So I think instead of that, let's just have you tick over and... Okay, alright, fine. If you're going to be an absolute cunt to waffle. So it says too much slope. I don't know if that's true or not, though. Alright, let's see what happens if I just connect this up. Okay, there's still too much fucking slope. I wonder if it's too much slope between the road. I don't know, this doesn't seem... I don't know. I do not fucking know. Okay, we're gonna have to do this as a cutting. So let's bring this over here. This part of the line is going to be super expensive. Thankfully, we've got lots of money to hand, and I've got 15 millions in loan that I can take out whenever I need to. See, this didn't turn out too much slope at all. What you talking about? What you talking about? Fine, so I got a little bit of this here, and then I'm gonna need probably you to come over to here. That's actually looking pretty halfway decent. So yeah, if I just have this, seems to just be certain parts. Yeah, it does just seem to be certain parts of this that it doesn't like. If we bring you over to here, and then we just get you back onto the road. So this is definitely going to be a slower bit of track. It doesn't need to be that slow, actually. Fuck it, let's just get rid of it. Okay, tell you what we need to do. Cost. Oh fuck, okay, I need to take out some loanage. Alright, let's get back to the track. So if we do this, that should be a good little segment for us to work with. So from here up until here. So let's bring you over to... What do you mean construction not possible? What do you mean? Okay, there we go. Fine. Fine. So we're just very much having this train track follow the road. We're going to bring it up... Oh, I don't like that. I do not like that. Let's make that look a little bit prettier. There we go. Fine. So the plan for now is we're going to bring the train tracks up near to this farm, but it's not going to connect to the train tracks going south, purely because I want to use this farm product to come over here to the brewery. God, how I'm gonna get a train through this is going to be an absolute fucking testicular torsion. Jesus Christ, it might actually probably be best to tunnel it, to be honest. But then, how do I even get it into... Oh god, okay. Yeah, this is kind of going to be a bit brutal. I might actually just have to tunnel the whole fucking thing through. Alright, fuck it. Let's just get the train tracks around the corner to start with. Hi, phone. Thank you. I don't know why it's giving me a BBC News notification for a fucking YouTube video that's just been posted. That's fucking weird. Okay, let's bring you around here. Let's keep it at 60 miles an hour, because the more speed we can keep in this line, the better it's going to be for us. I think from here to... Oh god, okay, Jesus. Actually, okay, I might start thinking about diverging this. So we'll go from here to here to here to here. And then I think I probably want the train line... let's see... Yeah, okay, this is actually, the easiest way of doing this is to just make it cut through the fucking mountain. In which case, what is the shortest way is probably here, all things considered. So let's do a little double set of tracks here for the shits and gigs. Oh, brother, this is gonna get hella expensive. Fine, so let's bring you over to about here-ish. And then you over to here. And then we'll bring this all the way around. So nice and smooth, basically, as much as we can. We'll try and keep the grade as low as we can. And then this is gonna get... this is going to get very, very hella expensive. So I'm gonna need... This is probably gonna cost me about 5 million. So let's just buy an absolute shit ton of... Alright, let's just take out a shit ton of loan. For now. And straight away it's gone into tunnel mode. Yeah, so I was almost spot on there. 5 million. Oh. Let's have you come down as much as possible. Fine. Okay, I think I can work with this one. So let's take that one there. So that's a cheeky 5 mil that we've dropped there. We can definitely double up on this tunnel though. So thankfully it only costs us half the price to expand it by a second track. So here we go. There is a little bit of tunnel on the go there. Let's make this look a little bit more like an impressive tunnel entrance. There we go. God, we can see the fucking, Jesus Christ, curvature of that. So I'll definitely be able to put a train station there and connect it on over to this. So this is fine. What we now have to do is work on a way of getting it over... Oh. I wonder if we do a series of bridges and do this as like a viaduct design. And then maybe have like the final train station here. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves a passenger terminus station. Oh, fuck. I did not mean to place you down there. Fuck. So a passenger terminus station, which we are going to plonk in pretty much here. Let's have you curl over a little bit. Which kind of game uses M and N for their fucking key bindings to turn? This is such a weird thing. Alright, let's have you... Actually, there's a crossing here, so let's have you come over. Okay, that's good enough for us. Fine, so I should be able to get another part to this straight away. Fine, so this part of the train track is going to be probably quite difficult. Let's raise you up. You raise me up. And let's get you as a bridge. If the game will stop spazzing out on me for 2 fucking seconds. Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm actually not too worried about this bridge because there's no boats that can get through here anyway. If we look at the water map, boats can get basically, well, to anything over here, but a boat would ground out about here, so there's no boats that can get to Bacup, so I don't actually have to be too worried about sacrificing the height of this bridge. So let's bring it down. Yeah, let's just get it nice and even, actually. That's not too bad at all. And then we'll probably have to do the same thing over there. So we're going to be making a few bridges here, I reckon, actually. Fine. That's a pretty looking bridge here. And then, what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise you up to that same level. And this is going to allow us to have a brief stretch of this. So hang on, where's this curling? Okay, I want this part to curl over here. So what height did we say this all started at? Because this is all... They're saying probably about here. So let's just get our bridges in order, to start us off with. So if we say here to, let's call it here, that will be fine? Question mark. Yeah, I think so. I think so. And then if we do another bridge, probably. Oh, you look a lot lower. If we call it here to here? Question mark? That might be acceptable. So let's raise this up a bit. There'll be method to this madness in due course. Let's do the same thing over here. And over here by the forest. Fine. Fine. So the reason why I'm doing this in particular is because if I don't, it'll try to continue it as a bridge. So I have to raise the terrain up to kind of fit into that a little bit. So if I do this, oh god, that's expensive, but that's fine. That's going to keep us above here. So let's pay some good $100 bill for this one. And this is effectively the main part of this line. So once this is done, we can actually go ahead and start connecting the industry. So here we go. We've got this bridge connected. And so the reason why I did it this way. So this is one of So the reason why I've done it this way is because if this continued as this bridge, then if I try to change what type this bridge is going to be, it's basically going to shout at me. What are our options for bridge? Oh, that's interesting. I quite like the first one though. That first one was kind of pretty. Nice for a nice simple bridge. So with this one here, so this is a wood bridge with white railings. I can actually change you to be an embankment, which will cost us more money in landscaping, but is going to work a little bit better when we start diverging lines off of it, which we are very certainly going to be doing. Cool. So we've blown through half of our money reserves right now, so, you know, terrific. Let's go ahead and get this shit over. So we've expanded that bridge, that's fine. Let's expand this bridge over to here. This is fine. Let's connect these two. So thankfully this comes up a little bit more, so there's a bit of a hill that means we can save some money because the landscaping is already ideal for us. And then we need to add a cargo segment to this. So backup train station, let's get another set of track in. So I'll actually get rid of these tracks real quick. And this is a terminus, so we'll set a speed limit as 19 miles an hour. And we'll do the same here. And then we'll do cargo platforms. Here we go, cargo platform. So we'll get that put in. That's all going to look very prim and proper and all of that noise. Okay, let's come out of this for a second. I'm actually going to get rid of this line. So as the train comes over here, I'm going to shorten the speed limit down to 30 miles an hour until we get into the station. That's going to come up here, and only on the other side of the bridge is it going to open out to whatever it wants to be. We'll need to amend some of these sections I'll need to amend some of these sections later, but then now we've got backup train stations, so this is fine. We'll definitely need to put a road depot in here for people to be able to use it, because you can see only a small part of the town, pardon me, is actually affected. So we'll need to sort that, but all that in due time. I think I'm probably going to need to do another bridge over here, although having said that, I've got nothing to connect this fuel refinery to, so this needs something called oil sand. So oil sand produces fuel and sand. I don't know anywhere that produces oil sand. Suppliers, so Malton and Marlow, and I don't know where any of those places are. They're probably going to be very, very far away, so I can probably ignore this industry for the minute. Only for the minute, but yeah, I can definitely ignore this.